Hey everybody, how you doing? Shane here from the Brookings Home Team, powered by Century 21. Here I am again, Wooden Legs Comedy Night, and another fun, energetic comedian here to get to introduce and talk a lită bit about. Here is Wayne Burfeind. See, I told you I was going to mess. I always mess up everybody's last names.
Do you want me to tell you my last name for the 8th and 9th time, or is that Burfeind?
It might take 12 times. So.
Burfeind, we got this.
If it's any consolation, like I said, I screw it up all the time.
Why don't you focus on it? It's a very simple thing to do.
I get the camera and everything's just gone.
You look at the word and you pronounce it in your head, but then you keep that word in your head after I tell you what it is. So you just got to do it. Just get rid of that.
And it's not hard.
Right.
It's not a hard one. I think so.
I mean, how many times do you tell your people your last name is Anderson, S-E-N, and they go, I can't find you on the webpage, it's S-O-N. Like, I told you.
A lot of times.
Yeah, last names are just dumb.
So, Wayne, thanks for coming. Thanks for talking with me here again today. Appreciate it.
Hey, not a problem. It's been a pleasure. I'll talk to you soon.
That was Wayne's interview, so thanks for watching.
Screw up my last name!
Yeah, I'm out of here. All right, just like with everybody else, we just have a few questions we want to ask you and get to know you a little bit, and see what's popping in your world. So
nice.
Can you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm Wayne. I'm from Minneapolis. Grew up in that area, the suburbs and stuff. I've been married for 25 years to the most amazing human on the planet.
Congrats.
It's her fault that I do stand-up comedy. I just like traveling around. We're beer and bourbon enthusiasts. And she lets me do comedy, and it's great. And it's, I'm just a good guy.
So she's got a good job.
She's got an amazing job.
That helps.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. When she's having a bad day, I'd shut everything down. I'm like, yes, ma'am. What would you? Yes, my dear. Fanning her while she's working. Oh, yeah, she's great.
Have another bonbon.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we got to cut that back. She's turning into Jubba here pretty soon. I got to cut that back.
So Minneapolis, I think you're probably the third or fourth one that we've talked to from Minneapolis. So that must be the hub of comedians.
Seriously, it's an amazing town of comedy. A lot of great acts are coming out of there. Because we got Acme Comedy Club, which is, you'll talk like Louis C.K., Daniel talk, like big names are like, it's one of the top 5 in the country.
Okay.
Because the owner knows what he's doing. He loves diversity. He insists, like, if you come back and do the same material the last time, he won't bring you back.
He won't.
You have to develop. You have to keep moving forward. And he's amazing.
New stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And all the comics that come out of Acme are just stellar.
Good.
Very talented.
House of Comedy's up there. I've been there a couple times.
Yeah, that's a big, huge warehouse of comedy. It's pretty great. They get a lot of amazing. They get the huge names in there. Acme is like the kind of the huge underground names.
Okay.
And then House of Comedy is like the people from TV and stuff like that. So it's a really good blend. And then there's a bunch of just tiny little showcases and other monthly shows. Like Comedy Corner Underground is a very active. Sisyphus is a tiny brewery. It's kind of like this setup.
Wow.
But they bring in like national people too when they can. Because the owner started off as a comic and then became... So Minneapolis is amazing hub for comedy, and St. Paul can suck it.
Where do you get your material?
My stupid little demons, my goblins.
Yeah.
I call them my goblins because they have ideas, and schizophrenia runs in the family too. So I think that helps a lot.
That's easy to come up with something.
Oh yeah. I just listen to their conversations and kind of write down what they're talking about. It's pretty easy.
Some of your material last night kind of hit home between the wife and I, so I can see how that.
Particularly, what area are we talking? I go through a lot of stuff. Is it the no kid thing?
The texting, and why?
Yeah. You think you're being cute, and they are like, "What the f does this guy want?
Why?"
Yeah,
that's right.
4 question marks.
What's 4, not 5,
not 1,
not 3. Most memorable show, do you have? Good, bad, or otherwise?
So hard, man. Because a lot of comics, I'm sure, even say this is because the memorable ones are the crap ones. But I would say probably the most recent one is like coming out of the pandemic and stuff. Like my wife and her parents are immune compromised, so I was being very safe. And since we were both able to work from home too, because I have a side job. It worked out great. So then when I got back onto it, I went out to go do a show in Watertown, Wisconsin, and it wasn't paying the best, and it didn't offer a hotel, and Watertown is like a 5-hour drive. So I told my wife, and she's like, yeah, let's go do that. There's a couple of breweries out that way I want to check out. So we went out there, we stayed at a nice hotel, and I ended up selling more merch than I was getting paid for, and the crowd was insane. It just felt, they're like, do 25, and I ended up doing 40. And even the headliner was like, that was awesome. And he went up and he destroyed too. And it was just a gorgeous room, gorgeous crowd. And it just was like, yeah, I'm back.
That's
this
good.
is this. Yeah, just kicked the rust right off.
Yeah.
It was just, I needed that and it felt great.
Those are good feelings, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah.
The crowd's just, the energy and everything. Yeah.
I mean, and you know it's a good sign when I'm selling merch before I even do my act.
Yeah.
So I just lay it out, I'm like, this is what I have. And they're like, how much do you want for all of these? Like, already? Calm down. But $5 a piece.
Yeah, right. Yeah. How much do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Awesome. I was asking everybody too. Everybody, has a favorite comedian or maybe somebody that they've idolized a little bit.
Yeah.
Do you kind of have
Yeah,
one or two?
my downside is most of the ones that I grew up loving are now canceled. Like Bill Cosby. I love spinning a yarn, and he is just perfection when it comes to it. And my heart broke too when this whole thing came out, but you can't deny the guy can tell a story about anything and keep you engrossed.
Yeah.
Sam Kinison, because I really like the character type stuff. Like he's like mellow. He's kind of talking about like what don't you want to talk about? Well, let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it.
I like that. Bobcat Goldthwait.
Okay.
But he had the character from like Police Academy, just that random, insane, but yet the guy is like, now that he doesn't do the character, you can really realize what a solid writer he is for humor, because he got rid of the voice and he kind of a little bit slips in a little bit, but it's just like he's such a good writer. And then like Ellen DeGeneres, Judy Gold, just these fantastic storytellers. Those are my more favorite, but I do respect like Stephen Wright and Dwight York, two of the best one-line comic. Dwight York, look him up. He's a Minnesota comic. He's one of those comics that like, how are you not everywhere pop, because he can do like an hour and a half of just one-liners and you don't get bored at all. He's so good.
Pee in your pants type.
Seriously, he's so good, and I don't know how he's not a national star, but and then there's just friends that I like, but yeah, goofy unique is what you like. Jake Johansson, another amazing. But yeah, I have so many.
So you like those the goofier, the better.
Serious, like Emo Phillips too. Okay. And when I met him, I had realized like, oh yeah, that's a character, isn't it? Because he has to get into it now. Because he'll take months off, and then he's like, hey, could you give me a moment? And he'll come back and be like, what the drug did you take?
It's like a 180 then, huh?
It seriously, it is. But he is another amazing writer. For what a goofy guy, the amazing jokes he writes too. It's just so good.
Any famous ones that you met?
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this 20 years, and I've opened for Doug Stanhope. I've opened for Tim Slagle. Tim Slagle is a comic, political guy. Political people know Tim Slagle. He was like the first headliner I even worked with.
Okay.
They shot me out to Wapaton. I opened for him, and I was just like, wait a minute, what's going on here? This guy's really good. Like, what happened? Why are we in Wapaton with this guy? Oh, no, it was Hankinson. We stayed in Wapaton. We had to go down to Hankinson, which is a hall if you don't know.
Oh.
But it's a straight shot right down 29. So,
yeah.
But we were in this just crappy hallway of a seriously, like, I'm performing to people who I could touch there, but everybody else is over that way. So I'm just like, what is happening?
How does
here?
that work?
It doesn't, because it doesn't exist anymore. And the MC would come up and go like, hey guys, it's comedy, here's Wayne. And he'd go off, and then he'd come back and he'd riff off of my whole entire set. I did it like 3 times. He'd riff off my set. Then the headliner would go, and he would just be like, and here's your headliner. And then he would riff for a half hour after the headliner.
Really?
Yeah, but it was all hacky, just prop comedy, literal prop comedy. It just was not a good show.
But it was a famous one. Tim, you said it was?
Tim Slagle.
Tim, yeah.
And there's a gazillion. I mean, Louis Anderson, worked with him, rest in peace.
Nice.
Great guy.
Awesome guy.
There's so many, and I don't want to list off too many, but it was just Doug Stanhope was a hero at the time too, and how we got my group, the Minneapolis Comedy Death Squad, got to open for like a recording a show, and it was one of our favorite shows because the crowd hated us. and then when we got done, Doug gets on stage. Can I swear?
Yeah.
Okay. Doug gets on stage, and he's like, hey everybody, thanks for coming out, and give it up for the Minneapolis Comedy Death Squad. And if you booed the Minneapolis Comedy Death Squad, you can go fuck yourself. But the downside is, like, we had our whole set recorded, and Doug was just, who's a sweetheart, absolute sweetheart, for how vulgar and how in your face he is. He's an absolute sweetheart. And he was like, hey guys, just don't record, I'm kind of working on stuff, don't record my set please. So as we introduce him, fade, and then that comes out, we're like, that would have been the best promo on the planet. But we still got to open for Doug Stanhope. It is an absolute memorable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well, I love it. Thank you for doing this.
Hey,
Appreciate
you're
it.
welcome.
You,
Shane.
Anderson.
Not Chris. I'm like, where's Chris? And they're like, who the F are you talking about? You mean Shane?
Shane?
Yeah, Anderson. No, it's Anderson. Damn it!
I'm going to call you Ben Fiedel.
Yeah,
So,
I don't know where that came from.
I don't know where that came from at all either.
But of all the things I've been called, it's one of the nicest things, so thank you.
It's a B word, so.
Right.
Where are you going to be at next? Do you want to let them know?
I've got a lot of Minneapolis small gigs going on, but then I got a lacrosse thing going on. I got a fundraiser in November in Duluth. I've been trying to get in with this guy. It's like a four-feature, I think is what it's called, four-feature. So we're all going to do like 20 minutes, and there's some great there's 3 comics I do know. The guy who runs it, Dan, is phenomenal. Elise Cole is fantastically funny.
Okay.
And there's me, I'm pretty good. And there's 2 other dudes I don't know, but it raises money for charity stuff, and then going into December and February. But you can find me on Manuckoff, M-N-U-C-K.
Manuckoff.
Like this here?
Oh,
like Minnesota.
okay.
Manuckoff.com. Where you can get my products as well if you want to.
Yeah, merch.
Holidays are coming up.
Need some Christmas
Grandma
gifts.
needs a hat.
Some new mittens.
I really was thinking about wearing all of my merch too. Like, hey guys,
You got the hat now.
a hat, a cap, and then pins and stickers.
Okay.
I'm working on a doormat. They're not cheap, but I would love a doormat that says this. Oh,
That'd be cool.
That would make my life complete.
All right. So the website again, what was it?
Manuckoff, MNUCKOFF.com. Manuckoff.
Manuckoff. And you have a Facebook page too. Then is that?
This is Wayne Burfeind.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Perfect. And we'll try to put those links in the post
Perfect.
here. Wherever you guys
Appreciate
are
it,
watching
man.
this, just hit him up. Great show last night.
Thank you.
Back at it again tonight on Saturday. I know by the time you guys are seeing this, it's going to be too late. But and the famous Zach is going to be here tonight.
He's gonna be here, and then he's also performing in February here, headlining.
Okay.
And he's one of my favorite comedians / humans. So yeah, I'm very, very, very happy to see he's out of Sioux Falls. So come out for that too.
Because of this, I've gotten to know him pretty good. I don't know. Hopefully, he remembers my name.
Hey, Andrew Sheenman.
No, but thanks again, Wayne. Appreciate it,
buddy.
Do you fist bump? Do you shake? Do you whatever? Oh, we get a hug.
Minnesota nice. Look at the sticker on his back.
Kick me. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to share or tag this video with anybody else you think would be interested, and look for Wayne coming to your area sometime next time, whenever that is. So the next time soon. So have a great day, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye now.